What is up, YouTube? Sciz1 here, back with another live stream. Today we have, we can do a couple different things today. Mainly, though, as you saw from the title, what I'm going to be working on in this sort of real-time process video live stream is this piece here. I was looking at a few different people's stuff recently, and you know, every now and then when you look at a piece of graph, you see someone who you can tell the fundamentals are they have such a good grasp of the fundamentals, and even when they throw down a simple piece, it looks so damn good. So I thought I'd do sort of a simple piece in a bit of a simple font here, Sciz, for this one, and just make something simple yet hopefully quite effective. So that's going to be what I'm mainly working on today. Let me head over to the stream so I can see your guys' comments here and whatnot. Formula, what's up? Joseph, what's going on? Go heck. Espresso, what's going on? So, yeah, if I'm sounding a little raspy, I'm slightly sick. Got my trusty glass of orange juice here to keep me hopefully not coughing too much. But before we get working on this, I want to show you guys a couple things. Number one, recently got a few different markers. So I've been wanting to try out different, because I always, like, the ones I've been using are these pilot markers. So these pilot drawing pens, if my thing will ever focus here, they're the ones I use right now. They're super nice. I really like them. They work really well. But I mean, as you guys are, I'm sure many of you guys are the exact same way. You always want to try new markers, whatnot, all that kind of thing. So I recently acquired these. These are made by Sakura. They're Pigma markers, but people don't know Sakura also makes Pigma stuff. So I have some Pigma markers here I might try out, but some other ones that I got were some Staedtler markers. And what I really liked about the Staedtler ones I got here was they have sizes all the way from 1.2 millimeter to 0.05 millimeters. That's insane. Insanely tiny. But yeah, I really wanted to try those out. So I'm going to be using those for today. I've tried them. This is the first piece I tried with the Staedtler markers. I posted it on my Instagram. You guys may have seen it there. Yeah, very experimental, obviously. But yeah, that was that. A couple other pieces I've done. Tried this one with the Pigma markers. To be honest, the Pigma markers smudge a little bit. You gotta be a little bit careful using them. Also, another thing about the Pigma markers I found was, if you do like a pencil sketch outline, sort of like this one, and then go over it in the marker and try and erase the pencil lines, it'll sort of make the marker look really dull, or sort of mess with it. So the Pigma ones, you gotta know what you're working with, I guess, is the main thing there. But yeah, that's sort of the pieces I've been up to recently in the book. Yeah, Joseph, I have the same problem. Like, there's no good art stores near me. Like, none of them really carry anything decent, especially for graph related supplies. So that's always frustrating. So most of mine I get online. So if whenever I get given any, that's always a great day for me. One other thing I'll show you guys before I start this This is my latest sort of abstract canvas. A lot of people don't know I do sort of do a lot of that kind of work as well. So recently did that. I still have to varnish that. But yeah, I don't really upload any of that work just because I don't feel like anyone on the channel has an interest in it, which is fine. But yeah, I've been up to a little bit of that recently as well. But anyway, we're gonna get started on this. I'm gonna just get organized and we'll start. So I've really been enjoying the variation, or the variants you can get in different size lines. Using, you know, things up to the 1.2, which is huge, all the way down to the 0.05. Thank you, Joseph. Alright, so I'm not gonna do, gonna try and keep it pretty uniform in terms of line thickness, only because this is a very simple piece. That being said, when you're doing a simple piece, every line is gonna be super visible, no matter how you're looking at the piece, so you gotta make them all super clean. That's the sort of the main concern, I would say. Let me know if my camera angle's okay, or if I need to fix it a little bit. Yeah, I really like this 1.2 mil. You gotta make sure you're confident in your lines when you're using it, but it looks really nice actually. It's super easy to use. I find it really comfortable. Another thing I like, this probably isn't going to show up at all on the GoPro, but I got this really tiny chisel tip, which is super fun. I've been enjoying that as well. I have yet to use that on anything other than screwing around, but, you know, the time will come. This is not an A5 black book. This was like just a sketchbook that was a gift from someone, so it's actually like the outside of it is leather. Yeah, so I have no idea where it's from or anything, but it's almost full at this point. When it is full, I'm gonna make a video showing everything that I've done in it. But yeah, to be honest, I can't really tell you too much about the book itself, because someone gave it to me a long time ago. The paper quality in it isn't really that great, to be honest, so it's not... I think it's more of like a pencil sketch kind of sketchbook, whereas I'm just using it for something completely different, so probably not particularly what it's made to be used for, but I mean, that's okay. Works well enough for being a practice book for me, basically. Dumb boy, what's up? Generally, the proper way, I see you, Joseph, and Espresso talking about this. Yeah, generally the proper way is to sort of do like your initial lines, fill in, and then do the outline after. I'm keeping this black and white, so I don't really have to worry about that on this. But yeah, that's how most people do it. Especially with spray paint, it's helpful to do that with spray paint, of course. You have to do it that way if you're gonna try and make anything look good. And also with paint markers, I've found on canvases that's generally the best practice. Trying to thicken these lines up a little bit here. Dumb boy, right now I'm using a 0.0 or a 0.5 millimeter. I'm using anything between 1.2 and 0.05 millimeters for this piece. So a bit of a range. Again, I apologize for my being slightly sick still. I wanted to stream a few days ago, but there was no way I'd be able to keep up a conversation at that point. I was just non-stop coughing. My throat was killing me. Even now it's hard not to cough, but I can sort of keep myself under control a little bit more. Joseph, I wouldn't ever use the name I use on YouTube for anything illegal. I will tell you that. Because, like, my face is just glued to the name Sciz, so, like, for illegal stuff, I would definitely do a different name. So I'm sure a lot of people may have seen my work and not known, necessarily. A lot of people think, I don't know, I see a lot of people that get super aggressive about YouTubers who post stuff about graph that's not illegal, and they just sort of assume that they're not doing it right. But just because people don't put their crimes online doesn't mean that they're not necessarily doing graffiti. It just means they're smart enough not to not to screw around and put it where everyone can see it. Like, people don't understand, like, I've done this channel as a community channel. I have videos of me on it. It just wouldn't be smart at all to put anything illegal on the channel. And I don't want to be, like, internet famous for my illegal graph. I would want to be, like, I just want people in my area to see it if I was doing that, you know? Yeah, dumb boy, I don't have any legal walls near me either. Like, absolutely none. So it'd be hard. It's hard to find places to paint. To be honest, my go-to spots are just quite a bit of like, I'm a technical writer, so I just gravitate towards like abandoned buildings where I can take my time and experiment with tons of different stuff. I know not everyone likes doing that kind of thing. That's totally fine. I like to take my time on pieces. I want every single one of my pieces to represent my style well. So I'm more of a quality over quantity kind of person, but nothing wrong with quantity either. I love doing throw-ups as well, so... Yeah, Joseph, 22 years is a hell of a long time. That's awesome. Yeah, dumb boy, nothing wrong with throw-ups. Nothing at all wrong with throw-ups. I get so jealous of people that have, like, super awesome throw-ups, because they're just... It's like you find a way to make something simple totally your own, and that's really awesome. I have a lot of throw-ups in this book as well, actually. This last page here is... I had to rip half of it off, so I did a little throw on the rest of it. So I was really careful in this piece to sort of get rid of all the negative space, so you can tell the letters are very squished together, so there's no negative space holes in it. So I'm probably not going to add too much detail to this. Probably going to leave it as mostly an outline. 3D, I don't know if I'll put anything in the 3D. I might leave it hollow. Don't know yet, I'll see what I feel like. Thank you, dumb boy. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's sort of my fault, I feel like, because I don't really upload super consistently all the time. A few months ago when I had time to do it more consistent, I was getting a few more, like, subscribers and stuff like that, but yeah, it's hard. There's much more of a market on YouTube for, like, just, you know, like, actual spray paint videos and that sort of thing. Which I want to do more of those. But honestly, it's just super hard to film and paint at the same time. Like, in terms of... I don't know, like, I hate to have to think about, oh, is this camera on at this point, because I should be filming this part of the piece, or that, and this, that, and the other. Like, it makes it really complicated, actually. But I do want to do a few more videos of the walls I've been doing. Doing the 3D on my 0.5 millimeter. Koi, I was gonna leave it black and white, actually. Almost everything in this book that I have is black and white, as you can see. Like, I try and, I've said it before on other streams, but I try and leave pretty much everything in this book black and white because it helps me sort of focus on the actual letter structure. And of course, the actual letters are the most important in any graph piece, of course. Graffiti's all about the letters, as we know. So yeah, I was gonna leave this one black and white. Gotta try and make it look finished, though, at some point. And it's super hard to make something look complete without color a lot of times. Koi, like K-O-Y? Tell me if I'm saying it right. I never know how to say anyone's name, I'm sorry. Oh, hell yeah, Koek. You know you did. He was, he made a small appearance right here. The whole thing turned out terrible, but he's there. Whoever was just asking me about the America-Iran conflict, I'm not American. I don't live there, so I don't know too much about it. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Don't know enough about it to give an opinion on it. So I've got 3D just about done now. Don't know what I want to add to it really. Thinking I should add, I'm just gonna go around the piece once with the 1.2, just, you know, thicken up the outside lines, that sort of thing. That can really sort of draw the piece out a little bit, sort of highlight the whole thing. I'm just making sure I haven't missed any little spots here. Thinking I'm good. And what I mean by going around the piece is just exactly what I'm doing right now, just going around all the outside edges, really. Hard to do this without losing the sort of jagged points. So you gotta sort of be a little bit careful about that when you're doing this. Try and keep them sharp so they sort of fit with the style of the lettering. Alley Cat, what's up? It's been a long time. Dumbboy, I am from Canada. So yeah, sort of close to the US. What do I think of the Irish graffiti bombing scene? To be honest, I'm not too familiar with a lot of Irish writers. I know there are lots. Just in particular, I can't think of any. But yeah, I know they have a huge graffiti scene over there, of course. Pretty much any big cities in Europe in general are gonna have great scenes. If I was traveling to any of those places, I'd be super excited to see the scenes there. Alright. Oh yeah, I remember you as Nivio. I'm sorry, I didn't know you changed your name. Oh, Alley Cat, that sucks. That's the worst. Yeah, it always sucks when you get hacked on Insta. I know, like, whenever I think of that, I think of, if you guys know the Grominator, he's had, like, literally 5 or 6 Instas, because he just kept getting hacked. So every now and then I would see something super weird posted on his Insta, and then after that, he'd send a thing out being like, yeah, I got hacked again, big surprise, and then, and then he has a new Insta. But it's so super, like, that sucks for him. Sucks for everyone who gets hacked, obviously, but it's really irritating when you're just finally starting to, like, build your followers up, and then that happens. So I've done this whole outer outline in the 1.2 millimeter pen, super thick. I really like that for the 1.2 millimeter. They still keep it within like the little metal sort of fairing almost, I guess you could call it. But that's nice, because I'm used to working with markers like that, obviously, for all the smaller sizes. Yeah, dumb boy, I've heard of UFO for sure. Koi, I'm glad you stopped by. We'll see you. Alley Cat, what else do I think you should try in terms of, what exactly? So at this point, I'm just cleaning up the piece. I'm gonna erase all the pencil lines. You never realize how much the pencil lines are making it look like crap until they're not there anymore, in my experience. It can really help a piece out. Just such a simple thing, but... Oh, damn, I smudged it. I didn't wait for that part to dry, and then I tried to erase it, so... A little bit of a smudge. It's really not great. Oh well, though. Dumbboy, my Insta is at Sciz Graffiti. I'll put it in the chat here for you. Yeah, Alley Cat, that's tough. I don't know, I'm lucky. I've never got hacked before, knock wood. But I don't know, if you have other social medias, you can tell people on there. Like, if my Insta got hacked, I would tell people on my YouTube and vice versa. But those are the only two social medias I have. Alright, what do I want to do here? What time are we at right now? We got 34 minutes. Got a little bit of time left. Just to add some stuff in here. Once I figure out what I'm gonna add. Sebastian, what's up? Thank you, dumb boy. Does anyone have any ideas for, say, like a background? I don't know, or something I can throw in inside the 3D, something like that. Just looking for a way to make this look a little more complete, basically. With something simple, preferably. Adding a little bit to the background, just like little elements like those kind of things can really help the piece out, make it look a hell of a lot more complete, finished. Sometimes, if they're done right. I mean, not in every case, obviously, but you know, just if you're looking for some ways to complete a piece. Yeah, barcode 3D, I was sort of thinking that. I was happy with how I did one a little while ago, if I'm ever able to find it now. And it turned out really well. I did this kind of barcode 3D, but I sort of faded it as well in the bigger chunks. And to me, that looked really good when I did it. Took a lot of work, though, to be honest. Because I used just a really small pen to fade it. It's hard to fade with markers. Just gonna take a picture of this now, just in case I screw it up. There we go. I don't know, what I want to do is actually something sort of in the fill-in, I think. I was getting nervous doing this kind of thing because half the time you realize you made a huge mistake on whatever kind of effect you're trying to add, or at least I do anyway. Using a 0.1 for this. Gotta be super exact with it. Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to avoid the 3D. I gotta do something with it. I'm stalling is what is happening. We Run NYC Volume 1, John. I have seen it a long time ago, maybe? Or unless I'm thinking of something else, I don't know. If it's a recent thing, I haven't, for sure. I may have, though. Alright. Adding a little bit to this. I don't know, not liking this. It's a little bit irritating. Yikes. I don't know. I feel like that was a huge mistake. I don't know what I'd call these. These are just sort of like a... Yeah, I really don't know. They don't have a name, necessarily, I'd say. I've used them in a couple other little pieces I've done. And they've sort of turned out like, let me see if I can find the one I'm thinking of from a hell of a long time ago. I'm never gonna be able to find this. I used one in like a sort of tutorial piece I did. Jeez, there's just too much crap in this book. I'm probably not gonna find it, I'm sorry. Nah, definitely not finding it. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. They worked with another piece I did. They probably didn't work for this because it's all very, like, pointed and that's sort of fluid more. So, yeah. I don't know. Thinking I'm gonna have to do the 3D. Something in the 3D, barcode 3D. That was mentioned. Smith, I'm doing good. How are you? It's been a little bit. NCL Crew, I use... Right now for these, I'm using Staedtler liners. I've been really enjoying them. I got them super recently. They're super great, to be honest, so far. In the past, I've used my Pilot pens. I like the Pilot pens a lot as well. Hard to decide between those two which I would call a favorite. They're both good though. Right now I sort of want to mark out where this 3D is gonna go. I just sort of like to know what I'm getting myself into before I actually do it. Most people would just go ahead and put the 3D on already, but I don't know. It's also super important that your barcode 3D lines match up with the direction of your actual 3D lines as well. Dumbboy, I do not do digital art. I would love to, I'm just not a technical person. Yeah, not technically oriented enough to do that kind of thing. Otherwise, I would love to. Because it can make your stuff look super good. But yeah, for me personally, no, I don't. In the future, maybe I'll start fooling around with, like, Procreate or something like that, or... I don't know, we'll see. It's definitely on a list of things I would love to do, just... It's gotta be one at a time. And money. Not making this a super dense barcode type pattern, just enough so it's present. Adds a bit of density to the piece, I think. That one is not in the right direction though. This is why I do this, because my sense of orientation is really very tunnel vision when it comes to this sort of thing. Alright, see how this goes. Get it done quick so I can hopefully get a bit of it done. I got 10 minutes left here. I'll hopefully get a bit of it done before I gotta go. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go all the way down and use the 0.05. Because I want these lines to be really, really sharp. It's also hard to sort of fade with it when they're bigger. See, that's the effect I'm trying to go for. It's just super difficult with anything thick. There we go. I'm already liking this better. Um, 3D, your best bet for 3D is just like put a point on the page and draw like every single line towards it. Like that's what I did with this. Like the line would have been like somewhere. Oh, actually, it's still on the page. The line's right there. The dot, I should say, is right there. And I just made every line of 3D go pretty much towards that. You can do it that way. You can also make them all go the exact same direction. That works too. I should do like an actual tutorial on that, because I get a lot of questions about that. A good tutorial might be worthwhile for the channel. Let me know if you guys would be into that at all. I don't know, I think 3D is sort of something where people either have trouble with it until they get it, and then they just understand it. I don't know, it's one of those things. Thank you, Alley Cat. I appreciate that. I'm gonna try and do another stream in over the weekend. So yeah, look forward to that if you guys are around. Man, my wrist is getting a cramp from this. Like, just the quick lines you gotta do to make this effect. I'm not gonna get this all done in the 10 minutes, obviously. I'm realizing that now, but as usual on my Instagram, I'll post the finished product of this one. Oof. Dumb boy, I've been doing it for about 10 years now. Yeah, it's been quite a while at this point. Tips, I would say, just in general, just be consistent. You know, make sure you're trying to work with your own ideas, sort of. Don't be afraid to try stuff out. Don't be afraid to put stuff down that doesn't look good. Like, not every piece is going to be your best. It's like anything else. It just takes a lot of practice, really. Especially to develop, like, a style that's yours, and, you know, it just takes time. It's like anything else, really. I just made a video, actually. I posted a few days ago on 3 tips for graffiti. That sort of summed it up well, actually, if you want to go check that out. But yeah. Alright, what time am I at here? 57 minutes, 58 minutes. I'm gonna finish this one up, then I'm gonna head out. What I'll end up doing is I'll post the finished product on my Instagram, which is at Sciz Graffiti, if you guys didn't know. And I'll also show you guys when I do my sticker sesh Saturday or sticker sesh Sunday episode this weekend. The sticker sesh episode will probably happen around the same time of day, so you guys can check around now or like an hour before, whenever I started this. But yeah, basically I got this little area to do. Didn't quite have enough time, unfortunately, but I think it'll turn out okay. And yeah. So yeah, in terms of video schedule, for this weekend I've got the stream that'll be happening. Other than that, like, there's the only thing is I have like 3-4 videos which I've filmed, which I need to edit. I also have one that I need to film soon, so it's just sort of, I have stuff, but I don't know when any of it's coming. So that's sort of the best I can do at the moment, but I'll let you guys know in the future. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Joseph, Dumbboy. Yeah, yeah, our streams are chill here. That's, I mean, I love doing the streams because I get to talk to you guys. We get to basically have a conversation about graph, that sort of thing. But yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you, Oyster, Alleycat, NCL crew, Nivio. I'm still gonna call you Nivio. Sebastian, thanks for stopping by. Formula G, of course, if you're still in here. Anyone else who I missed, I apologize. But yeah, we will see you in the next video soon. Got the live stream on the weekend. Peace.